Hey, Calvary family pastors. I just wanted to take a minute to show you kind of a little bit of my setup and what I'm using for streaming services on Facebook Live. So I know a number of you guys are using other stuff other than Facebook Live. Some of you have reached out and asked. This is kind of for Facebook Live and what I've used for that. I'm probably going to shoot two videos, possibly a third. The first video, this one is going to be about the equipment that I am using. The second one will be about using one piece of software called Ecamm Live that I'm using to stream to Facebook, kind of on a low bandwidth to kind of help things go smoothly. And then how to integrate ProPresenter with that to be able to show lyrics on the screen as well. This has been a really low-tech, low-budget approach. I'll give you some options on things that you may want to buy and put links in the description. I hope to post this onto our YouTube channel, and we will see how that goes. So without further ado, I will show you what that setup is and what that looks like. Just an outline of what that is. You're going to need a camera. You're going to need software to be able to stream to a scheduled YouTube live video. You're going to need good audio for that. You'll need some sort of a backdrop or your church auditorium. When we get to that, I'll talk to it a little bit more. And you'll need something to be able to control ProPresenter, probably from not right in front of your computer, or else you'll end up putting your head in the screen over and over on that. So I'll start out with just kind of the equipment that we've used in our camera. I've used two different things for that. The first of those is right here that you're looking at, which is my computer webcam. You can see it's okay. The further away you get from it, the worse it gets. You can also see it shows all of our wrinkles and all of those pieces with it, but it works fairly well for that, but it isn't a super great option. The problem is getting your computer set in a place where you need to be able to use it, and then getting it set so that it shoots at the right time is a little bit difficult in that. Here's how what I use. I was able to borrow this camera, which is a which is a Canon Rebel T5. It's really an old DSLR camera. Lots of people in our churches have these digital cameras, especially living in Colorado. So it'd be something easy to borrow for it. You have to use a special software to be able to connect it. And then as you can see, there's a little bit of latency in the video feed there. So it's not perfect, but it works well. It also made for us framing the video fairly easy. What I have done for us, I'm going to go back to this camera. What I've done for us is purchased a dedicated webcam that it's able to stream in HD. I'll talk about streaming settings later on that, but it's a little bit easier to work with in that, and so that's what we are going to be moving to, but we've got to wait on that. And frankly, anything that you're ordering from Amazon right now is probably going to take a while because they are not prioritizing non-necessities, even though I feel like we think that this stuff's pretty necessary to be able to get our services going. So that's as far as for the camera, what we've used. For audio, you can see right here, I am using the microphone that I normally preach from. I've used this microphone. I've also used the microphone here. This is the built-in microphone on my computer. It works okay. It picks up absolutely everything, and you can tell it's a little bit tinny in that. When you're streaming to Facebook or any platform, audio is probably even more important than good video. And so I would just encourage you to use a sound system for that. So what I've done is we're mobile, and so I've taken the soundboard out of our trailer and put it down in my office and set up my office as a sound studio. and then I can use any of the mics that work for that. If you're unable to do that, or you just want something a little bit more flexible, I can recommend two microphones that I have used at work. They are both by a company called Blue. One is a Blue Yeti that will pick up absolutely everything, and it's actually a very flexible mic as well. There's a number of settings on it that you can show. It can be a mic that you have to be real close to, or a mic that you set in the middle of a room and picks up a group chat or something like that. So that's a Yeti, or that's a Blue Yeti. And then another one of those is a Blue Snowball. It's a little bit more of a budget option on that, but it works pretty well as well. The Snowball is $50, and then the Yeti is $150. So that's kind of what we've done for audio on that. When you get to your presentation, you'll need something to control that, and we've gone real low tech on that. I'm just using a wireless keyboard and a wireless mouse to be able to work with that. I'm sure that others have some good options for that. I know that ProPresenter sells an app for $5 that will allow you to control ProPresenter from an application or from your phone. I have not used that, but that's an option that's out there for being able to control everything as well. For a backdrop, a lot of you guys probably are going to just use your building as a backdrop and a place to be able to stream from. All of your sound system is already there, and that works great. I would just encourage you, when you do that, to try and zoom in on you as you are preaching, or whoever is leading the service from there, because Facebook is, and people are accessing this straight from their computer. We want kind of a little bit more of an intimate gathering feel for that. So the more zoomed in on you can get, the better. I also am a bit opinionated on this. I feel like we're preachers, and we need to be free to be able to preach. And frankly, that's something that's super important as a Calvary Family Church, is to have good expository preaching. So I encourage you, I wouldn't necessarily just sit in an armchair and have a talk with your people. We want to help bridge the gap between an intimate gathering where someone's sitting drinking a cup of coffee with everybody else, and what we see as real church, sitting down and having the Word of God preached, worshiping in song. And so you can work out a balance in that, but do know that Facebook tends to do better when you kind of get an intimate gathering in that. So you may set up some different things. You can see my setup here behind me. I've got a, there it's backwards. I've got just kind of two pop-up signs, and then in our basement we have a big rolly door that I just pulled off the hinges and threw behind me as well, and that works fairly well. So the last piece that I want to talk about here in equipment is not really equipment, it's software. I'll just show you what I'm using. So I am using a ProPresenter. You can see that right here. I use this to be able to control and pop up lyrics on the bottom of the screen. You can see here those lyrics now. Well, that doesn't work. Well, I'm sorry. You can see that there. Whenever I click on these, the lyrics pop up when I'm not displaying my screen like I currently am. You guys are probably better at using ProPresenter than I am. Here, let me show you the setting on ProPresenter. You go up to the ProPresenter icon, you go to Preferences, and then you click here to enable Siphon, and that allows you to send the lyrics from ProPresenter to the next piece of software that I'll talk about, which is Ecamm. All right, so Ecamm is this software. I'm going to throw us in demo mode. So this should be now showing my whole screen. If it doesn't, I will have to go back and shoot this. So this is Ecamm's dashboard and how it works. Over here where it says finish right now, I will shoot a video in a little bit to show you what that looks like and how to get this connected. Ecamm is a Mac-only software. It is for streaming to social networking platforms, specifically 3 of them: Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope by Twitter. You can also stream to 2 other applications. One is called Restream, and I cannot remember the name of the other one. Those are so that you could stream to Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and other streaming platforms all at the same time. I am not doing that currently. Whenever I am doing a video with Ecamm, it is also saving a copy to my hard drive, so that if YouTube or Facebook or Periscope goes down, as many people had an issue with on Sunday with Facebook, we still have a hard copy of that on my computer here. Ecamm is really easy to be able to navigate and work with. You just log into your Facebook. You don't have to do stuff with that. You log into your Facebook or your YouTube or your Periscope account, and then right here in the center of your screen there is a Go Live button, and you just click that. If you want to schedule, you can actually schedule Facebook Lives through the app, which is absolutely awesome. It is kind of a pain to schedule stuff through Facebook and then go to your broadcasting software and use something different. In the corner over here, you just click a piece that says Schedule Broadcast. You then type in all of the stuff that you would on Facebook, schedule it, and then get off and ready to go. You can see it's got different camera effects that you can work on and work with. You can, improve your tan or make it look like you are Smurf, all kinds of stuff with that. And it works fairly easily with that. I have used one more piece of software. Let me move some stuff off and do this. Ecamm says that you do not need this piece of software, but I actually cannot get it working without it. If you can see right here, I've got this application right here. That is called Camera Live. I will post a link to this right here, and it allows you on a Mac to download software so that you can plug in a Canon camera, a Canon DSLR, with a USB into your computer. The last piece of thing that I am using is my computer. I am using a very current MacBook Air. If you had a MacBook Pro, that would probably work better. My little MacBook Air does have its fan on the whole time that we're streaming. We haven't had any issues with it not working or with it having issues that are based on the camera. That's there. Another thing that you want to make sure that you have is good internet. And before you do that, I would run a speed test on your internet to see what your upload speed is. Upload speed with streaming is more important than anything else. I stream everything at 720p instead of 1080 because my upload speed is only about 6.5 megs per minute. If you're going to go beyond if you go up to 1080p, you need at least probably 10 megs per second to be able to run that, and my internet here at the house won't do that. You can also stream at, I think it's 480, and that allows you to use a lower bandwidth, and I'll talk about that later when we look at the equipment and streaming and all of that. All right, guys, that is all of the equipment that I'm using. Hopefully I kept this short, and I will put some markers in this later when I post it to YouTube to be able to show you where you can go just to get the information that you want. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope this is helpful to you guys. See ya. Bye.